is NAZIHAH binti AZLI. My number metric is S62060. My program is a Bachelor of Management Maritime.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. I am SYAKIRAH binti MOHAMMAD ARSHAD, number metric S63562 from Program Maritime Management.
Assalamualaikum. My name is NURAIN NATASHA binti HAMDAN at 63205 and I am student MAPEM.
Hello, my name is SYAHIRAH binti KAMARUDIN. My number metric is S61794 and I am from Program Maritime Management.
I will explain about Task 1, Personal Protection Equipment and the function of each piece in relation to safety. Number 1, wear a safety helmet to protect the wearer from head injuries caused by falling objects, impact with stationary objects, or electrical hazards. Number 2, wear a safety goggles to provide protection from impact, dust, mist, and splashes. Number 3, wear earmuffs to cover a person's ears for hearing protection or warmth. Number 4, fasten chin strap to secure the helmet on the head and prevent the helmet from dropping off during impact or fall of person from height. Number 5, wear necessary working clothes to protect individuals from the risk of injury and infection while minimizing exposure to chemical, biological, and physical hazards. Number 6, wear safety gloves to protect hands from cuts, abrasions, burns, chemical exposure, and other hazards. Number 7, keep trousers edge in place. And number 8, last one, wear safety shoes. They help protect the feet from potential occupational hazards such as falling objects, sharp objects, electrical dangers, slipping, and many more.
My task is task 2, which is I will explain the procedure for entering a confined space on board of a ship. So, first procedure before entry, we have to discuss the job to be done in the confined space, ensure that all personnel involved are briefed and aware of the hazard associated with the space. Second, assessment of risk, documentation, the hazard and necessary safety measure and control. Third, secure the space, isolating the space, lock out electrical sources, valve and pump, place notice forbidding the operation. Fourth, ventilation, allow sufficient time for the space to be thoroughly ventilated, naturally or mechanically. Guard any opening against accidental and unauthorized entry. Fifth, emergency rescue plan. Develop and communicate an emergency rescue plan. Ensure that personnel outside the confined space are trained and equipped to respond promptly in case of an emergency. Sixth, training. All personnel should be aware of enclosed space entry hazard and procedure. Regularly conduct drills and training exercise. Test the atmosphere in the space for oxygen content and the presence of flammable and toxic gases or vapor. Do not enter until the atmosphere has been determined to be safe. 8. Documentation, risk assessment, entry permit, entry log, warning signage, material safety data sheet for any chemical use. The last one, permit, confirming that it is safe to enter before entry to any enclosed space. Authorization should be given by a senior officer. So the next one, the procedure during entry. We have to ensure the space is suitably illuminated, wear personal protective equipment (PPE), continue to ventilate space, test atmosphere at regular intervals, communicate regularly, and be alert and leave the space if needed. The last one, procedure after entry. Ensure all equipment and personnel are removed from the space. Close the access of the space to prevent unauthorized entry. Close the entry permit. Reinstate any system as appropriate.
I will do a task 2, which is explain about the confined space and necessary item that should have. Meaning of confined space is any space or void with limited entrance and exit access, such as a double bottom tank, coffer dam, or other space that by design and confinement can easily establish or exacerbate a hazardous exposure. To ensure the safety of the individual for entering into the confined space, the necessary equipment that can be used is number 1, use a personal protective equipment (PPE). For instance, PPE typically used as tool in confined space is by use appropriate respirators such as self-contained breathing apparatus (SCBA). Besides, the personnel should wear a glove, boots that made by material resistant to chemical and heat, hard hat and glove. Point 2 is ventilation equipment. Tools for confined space that ventilate and remove air contaminant are widely available and have a variety of application. The example tools that use in confined space include blower, dash, fans and ventilation tube. 3 is communication equipment. Such as by using a two-way radio or other communication device, it can maintain contact with workers inside the space and facilitate rescue if needed. Point 4 is medical equipment. It is important to make sure the workers operating in confined space should ensure the emergency medical equipment is always available. Medical equipment that can be used is first aid box, resuscitators and stretchers. Last point is descent, rescue and retrieval system. The following confined space equipment are used in descent and retrieval system, which are fall arrestor, hoist, winches, retractable device, tripod and steadier.
Task 3. Action number 1. Report the incident scenario as soon as possible to the crew of the ship, the bridge and other relevant individuals. When I see my friend unconscious on the tank floor, I will use the ship's emergency communication system to alert others to the potential danger to my friend's condition. This will allow me to warn everyone on board and the entire crew of the ship, and I will also let them know where the situation is so they can receive help right away. Action 2. Using the proper protocol for administering emergency care, evacuate fallen crew member from the cargo tank floor. Following the COSWP protocol, I may provide my friend who is unconscious with the emergency, such as breathing checks and CPR if necessary. Action 3. Put on the personal protective equipment PPE that is specified in the COSWP process and keep an eye on the fallen person constantly until the ship's medical officer comes to save him. I will always stay in the incident location, keep an eye on my unconscious friend to see if any reactions happen, and I will wear personal protective equipment PPE as required by COSWP. Action 4. To investigate the matter, the situation report of the incident needs to be delivered to the ship's master or officer in command. Observations regarding the situation just before entering the ship's cargo tank are one type of the observation report that will be provided. This will make it possible to do additional research and at determining the reason for my friend's unexpected unconsciousness. Perhaps there was harmful air pollution at the time that made my friend lose unconscious. Action 5. The incident must be documented in line with current ship reporting standard, and the ship safety management system and COSWP must be the basis for any follow-up measures.